In this video, I want to get very realistic about language learning, and I also want to invite you to our free school community. The link is in the description. So I'm proposing a theory practice continuum, which you're looking at on the screen. On the left-hand side, theory, we begin with building blocks. Practice, we move toward real life. And I just want to walk through exactly what this looks like and give you actionable ways to put this into practice. So first I want to start by saying that most language approaches don't even reach the building blocks part. They're somewhere even more to the left, okay? And what that means is, in a nutshell, you learning grammar for the sake of grammar. Like basically coming away from a language class thinking, okay, I did a good job if I could tell you the conjugation back to you, or like see a paragraph written and be able to choose the right conjugated verb, right? That's not real life at all. Like that's like so far away from real life, okay? Because at the end of the day, like what are you doing when you're speaking a language? You're definitely not just conjugating verbs for the sake of conjugating verbs, right? So most classes don't even get to the building blocks part. So let me tell you what building blocks are looking at a language in its building block form. Someone recently said, like Korean is a Lego language. Like you just plug in, you mix and match building blocks. All languages are Lego languages, okay? So that's the furthest toward theory that it goes, in my opinion, right? Grammar is a creative tool. In the same way that Lego blocks are a creative tool, you can build whatever you want. If you know how to use them, you can mix and match, you can build whatever you want with Legos. That's the whole point. So grammar is a creative tool. It's the building blocks of language. Often I like to put these on spreadsheets so I can say, okay, here's a block, I know how this moves, now I can put sentences together. A lot of times people say, I can't put sentences together. Well, when did you start putting sentences together? No one even let you put sentences together. Your class had you way to the left on the theory side just trying to memorize weird stuff. So start with the building blocks. It's easy. You can put together you could write an essay in a new language your first day if you want, if you really tried to, like if you really put it together, you could just figure it out. ChatGPT would help you. Okay, so the most theoretical that it gets is building blocks, right? Now we use those building blocks to put sentences together. Sentences are questions and answers. We're moving toward the center, which is OPI practice. OPI is oral proficiency interview. It's the military style speaking test where you just have to answer questions, okay? Being able to ask questions and answer questions is conversation. We haven't gotten to the full real life. I'm not out there in the street yet, like mixing it up in the marketplace, like in Senegal or anything like that. We're getting there, right? So we're in the middle, OPI practice. OPI practice is when I've become, fluent enough with my putting together building blocks process that if you came along and said, all right, I'm going to quiz you now. I'm going to ask you a series of 10 questions, 20 questions. What's your name? Where are you from? This is in the target language. ¿Cómo estás? What are you doing? What's your, simple questions. I need to be able to answer those questions with reflex, okay? As we move from theory to practice, we move away from recall. That far to the left, extreme left, that's pure recall. I'm just trying to memorize conjugations just for the sake of it. Building blocks starts to get into recall, but in a more intelligent way. OPI practice, as we move toward more and more practice, that it emphasizes reflex more and more. So I'm trying to train my reflex. You need to be able to ask me 20 questions. I need to be able to answer those 20 questions without thinking about it, just like I could do in my native language. If you said, what are your plans for the weekend? Say, I'm going to do this, going to do that. I might do this, might do that. Wouldn't be a problem. That's OPI practice. Moved all the way to the right, full practice side. Real life, what can I actually do in various situations? In those actual situations, no? Like, can I act? I mean, this is self-explanatory. This is when you're in a country or in a neighborhood or in some place. Would you even want to? This is the scariest part. Like, this is the part where you're like, I'm gonna, Anyway, that's the spectrum. The harsh reality of it, though, is there's two things that are harsh. First is that most language approaches don't even get onto this spectrum. they're too far left. They don't even get to the point where you just go, oh, grammar is a creative tool. Oh, I thought it was this annoying thing I had to study. I thought it was this intellectual exercise that's like doing my head in. It's a building block that I can play with. How fun. How fun. That's the first harsh reality. You don't even get to the building blocks part in most approaches. The second harsh reality is that even if you move all the way to the center, OPI practice, and you can just predictably, reflexively just answer 20, 50, 100 questions and it's amazing, if you don't do real life, then you're actually only halfway there. You see how horrible that is? Like how harsh that is? Most classes don't even get onto the spectrum. And when you do, even if you do all of that work to get to the point where you can answer 100 questions, I mean, that would take forever, wouldn't it? No, it doesn't have to. But for most approaches, you would never, never, ever get there because you're not even on the spectrum. Even once you accomplish all of that, you're still only halfway. That's only half without the real life.